Tensions between the US and Saudi Arabia have eased as the two countries are stepping up military cooperation against Iran, the Wall Street Journal reported, citing US and Saudi officials. Officials said that the Biden administration has dropped its threats to retaliate against Saudi Arabia over OPEC oil production cuts that were announced in October ahead of the US midterm elections. President Biden vowed consequences for the oil cuts, but now has no intention of following through on the threat. The officials said that the US and Saudi Arabia are moving ahead with new military and intelligence cooperation against Iran. Since the oil cuts, the Biden administration has done Riyadh a few favors, from telling a New York court that Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman should be shielded from a lawsuit filed by the fiancé of Jamal Khashoggi, to the administration working against a war powers resolution that would have ended US support for the Saudi-led coalition fighting the Houthis in Yemen. The White House pressured Senate Democrats to vote against the bill and said Biden would veto the legislation if it reached his desk. It would seem, despite all the rhetoric against Saudi Arabia, strategic interests once again win the day. Pakistan's government has ordered measures to conserve energy, including closing all malls and markets by 8:30 p.m. as the country grapples with a crippling power and economic crisis. The cabinet-approved measures are expected to save the country about $273 million. Pakistan finds itself strapped for cash as money expected to come in under an IMF program has been delayed. Its foreign exchange reserves now barely cover a month of imports, most of which are for energy purchases. The defense minister said additional measures that will take immediate effect, including shutting restaurants and wedding halls by 10 p.m, and government departments reducing electricity consumption by 30%. Half the streetlights across the country will also remain switched off to preserve energy. The measures are being implemented as Pakistan struggles to quell fears of a default after the $1.1 billion in IMF funding was delayed. Afghanistan's Ministry of Mines and Petroleum signed a 25-year contract with China's Xinjiang Central Asia Petroleum and Gas Co. to extract oil from the Amu Darya Basin. This is the Afghanistan Taliban's first deal to extract a public good in conjunction with another country. Logistical constraints like refining capacity in Afghanistan or in neighbouring states, as well as security issues, will be major challenges for the project. But these limitations will likely not deter Chinese investment in Afghanistan. A Taliban spokesperson said China's initial investment in the project will be $150 million a year. As part of the deal, the Taliban will retain 20% stake in the project at first, which can be increased to 75%. The area of operation is expected to be in Afghanistan's three northern provinces of Saripul, Faryab and Jawzjan. The field reportedly has 87 million barrels of crude reserves.